I, 21 female, got told not to use my feeding pump at work. Am I overreacting? I, 21 female, am wondering if I'm overreacting about something that happened to me at work last week. I have a medical condition and I use a feeding tube during my shifts. Oh, I don't know why I thought that you meant like you were breast pumping. I'm so sorry. Oh, this is even worse. It's under my shirt. You can't see anything, but I carry around a backpack with my feeding pump. I have to be connected for 20 plus hours a day. I've been upfront about it since I was hired, and my manager has always said it was fine as long as I step away when I need to. Today, I stepped into the back to adjust my feeding pump because it started beeping. It probably went off for maybe all of 10 seconds before I got it sorted. I'd been working on a project and I didn't realize I needed to refill my bag, so I didn't catch it before I started beeping. Later in the day, I got an email from my manager that felt kind of passive aggressive. It basically said, disruptions on the floor affect team focus, that I should complete what I need before my shift or in designated areas. Disruptions on the floor. I'm sorry, did you literally like shout, "My feeding pump! It's beeping!" What is disruptive about you needing to step off the floor for a second? What if you needed to? It honestly made me feel weird because I did handle it immediately. It just takes a few seconds for the pump to stop beeping once it alerts. Okay, so he's mad about the beeping. It wasn't a long time at all, and this maybe is the second time since I've started working here that it's beeped. Oh yeah, that's discrimination. That's a nice old discrimination lawsuit. I replied just saying I always step away as soon as it goes off, but now I feel really self-conscious about it, and I don't know if I'm overthinking the tone of the email or if it was actually inappropriate. Again, a nice little walking lawsuit waiting to happen. Edit 1, yes, my job is a note from my doctor. This was all handled and my accommodations were handled when I first started at the company. I don't necessarily need any besides needing to step away to the break room to fill up my bag. I've never had a problem before. This manager is new. Is your manager aware he could get sued? Well, not him, it would be the company and he would lose his job. Yeah, you're gonna need to report that ASAP. Because that's discrimination. And like, I have a feeling that when you do report it, they'll be like, oh my God, what? Okay, so this is the email that she was talking about. Hi, I wanted to follow up today regarding the equipment that emitted an alarm during your shift. While I understand you have a personal medical routine that requires use of this device, the alert sounds are still disruptive in the work environment, even when brief. Disruptive to who? Going forward, could you please avoid using the device while you are in the office? No. If possible, it may be better to complete its use before your shift or during your breaks in a designated quiet area so we can avoid any interruptions. Oh, be so for real right now. I realize this may require some adjustments, so please let me know if you would like to discuss alternative arrangements. Does this person like not know that you need to be hooked up to this thing at all points in time? Cause like, that's crazy. I can't believe you put that in writing. I can't believe this person put it in writing. Oh yeah, even people in the comments are like, nar, he really screwed the pooch putting that in writing for sure. No, for real. That's bad. I'm like happy that he did, cause like, that's bad and like good for you, but like bad. OP, you know, she's got like a note from her doctor. So this person needs to be reminded of that. And thankfully, we do actually have an update. I posted last week about issues with my feeding pump at work and my manager sending a passive-aggressive email about disruptions. HR got involved and were actually supportive, right, because otherwise the company would be sued. They confirmed my medical accommodation is valid and basically said I'm not doing anything wrong. They said that they would talk to my manager and everything was fine until today. I thought that would be the end of it, honestly, but now there's been another development and I feel kind of embarrassed and unsure if I should escalate again, yes, or just drop it and stop being dramatic about the whole thing. Over dramatic. This is like literally not legal dramatic, my. Since the first issue, my manager has been acting out. He's made a few comments about me stepping away and once even asked me to explain how my feeding pump works. I feel like this is on like a need to know basis, which felt a bit condescending, but I tried to brush it off. It wasn't anything overtly rude and I could work around it so I didn't care all that much. Then today, he sent another email directly to me. Oh, brother. Give me a break. I attached it so everyone could read it without me having to explain. Let me read the rest of this post and then we'll look at the email. It felt weird and just like he was crossing a boundary. Like he's acknowledging I'm allowed to have the accommodation, but also kind of implying I shouldn't be using it in a way that affects anyone else at all, which it isn't. And my coworkers have reassured me that they aren't bothered and don't care in the slightest. I'll tell you what, he's the one that's bothered by it. I'm literally so annoyed. HR already said everything is fine on their end. So now I don't know if I'm just being too sensitive or if this is actually worth bringing up back up again. He's harassing you now. He's been told to leave you alone and he's not. I don't want to create any drama or risk my job because this truly is a job I enjoy, but I feel kind of awkward and singled out at this point, and I'm unsure if escalating it to HR again is the right decision. I love how Opie said, to clarify, it's not a breastfeeding pump. I need a feeding pump, which is a tube going right into my stomach to feed me. It has to be connected 20 hours a day. Yeah, you're going to need to report that again and get him fired because at this point it's like, what are you supposed to do? You have a medical condition. Nobody is bothered by it. What is the problem? Okay, let's look at this passive aggressive email. I want to follow up regarding recent discussions about interruptions during shifts. I understand that HR has reviewed your situation and confirmed your accommodation, and I'm not questioning that. However, I do want to reiterate that frequent disruptions on the floor can impact team workflow and concentration, especially during peak periods. What kind of and corporate BS is this? While I recognize this may be outside of what can be formally adjusted through HR, I would still ask that you remain as mindful as possible about timing and visibility of equipment use so that interruptions to others are kept to a minimum. So he doesn't like the fact that you need a machine to live. This is not meant to be a criticism, but rather a request to consider how this affects the broader team environment. The only person that is bothered by this is him.
I'm just like really offended by your feeding machine, and I'm gonna need you to like consider my feelings.
That's literally what he's saying. To the bin with you. You're not overreacting. He's discriminating against you and he needs to lose his job like ASAP. And again, very stupid to put it in writing. Forward that to HR and let them handle it. He's swimming in very dangerous territory. His text is very plainly trying to ask you to go around the accommodations without going around the accommodations. And he's opening your company up to legal action by doing so. Forward it to HR, let them know he's still making comments and asking you inappropriate questions about your health condition and medical equipment. And then he sent this and let them handle it. You're not being too sensitive. You're not being overly dramatic. He's overstepping in a big way. Very bold of him. I thought the same thing. The manager's playing with fire. We all know HR is there to protect the company, but this is one of the rare situations where that fact will work in the employee's favor. So yes, HR is there to protect the company. That's why, in some situations you should be careful about what you choose to share with HR. But if it's undoubtedly a situation in which the company could be sued for employee conduct and discrimination, they will 100% be on your side. Just saying. Protecting the company includes firing managers that open up the company to lawsuits. That part. Sorry to hear that you're going through this, OP, but you're not overreacting. You're not wrong. You take that little email and you just press that little forward and maybe CC your lawyer while you're at it. Just to give him a little scare.
Just a little shaking in the boots.
I'm happy to forward this to my lawyer. If this is not resolved, I would be happy to involve my legal counsel. I love playing that card. It's so fun. Honestly, if you can afford it, or you have a friend that's a lawyer and you're a really big people pleaser, highly recommend.